I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma,
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas.
and this is episode 93 of the Don't Need to Read podcast. Hi, guys. So we've had to record that about 5 times now. So I don't know what's going on. I have a technical difficulty, and I can hear myself echoing in my ears right now. I feel like I'm in a cave. So if I sound kind of like spacey, that's why. Hopefully it'll correct itself. Okay. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about random stuff. We're going to talk about all about Kindles and mainly Kindles, but I wanted to get into the nitty-gritty details of how we read and what that is like. And I feel like we don't ever talk about we just talk about the books that we read, but I kind of wanted to talk about this how we read, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And Hannah didn't really have to prepare for that. I set up some questions, and I'm basically going to interrogate her, but then I'll also share myself. Okay, so how's this week been for reading for you?
Look, it's been a doozy because we've just had a lot going on. We were doing soccer camp with my kids, then now we're in swimming lessons. I've been so busy. I feel like I've had smaller windows to read, and I've been so distracted that any small window I have had has not been very productive because I'm just reading the same page over and over and over. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I've been okay. You know what? I feel like I have accepted that in this season of my life, I'm probably going to have to be doing more audio books, and that it's hard for me because I don't love audio very much, but with the season I'm in, that's how I was with Noelle too.
Hmm.
Like when she was little, I kind of eventually had to just start doing audio, and it wasn't my favorite, but at least I got to take in stories because I was just following her. I remember walking around in the backyard with her, pushing her on a little car and listening to an audiobook. And
Hmm.
so obviously baby is not that age yet, but close. Whenever I'm playing with her, um, not that I always want to be listening to a book or anything, but sometimes she's just there playing with her mat and I could be listening to a book. But
Hmm.
it's harder for me to sit and read a book and focus
Yeah.
while she's awake, I guess. So I think I've accepted because I did listen to a book last week and it took me 2 days, 3 days, and I was like, man, look, I could get through this so much quicker if I just or both. I was able to do both. I had a Kindle
Hmm.
and the audio kind of worked out, and so I was able to get through it a little bit easier than instead of usually I'm like, well, let me wait for everyone to go to bed, and
Yeah.
especially with a baby, you're like, well, who knows when
Never.
that is? Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling now that we're done with Harry Potter? Because Josh says that has put me in a mood.
I don't know. I think I told you those are such high 5 stars that I'm like, I don't know that I'm gonna have a lot more. I don't know.
It was just reliable for me because we were reading one for so long that I love them and I'm obsessed with them. So I had a book I was obsessed with the entire time for a long period of time. And now I don't have that. So that is weird for me for sure.
Yeah, well, it's funny, jokes on us because we both just started the fanfic book. And I was like, you know what's crazy is that if you really, really wanted to, which I'm not going to, but if you really wanted to, there's so much out there that you could just keep on reading. Like
Hmm.
fanfic stuff out there. It's crazy. I'm not very far in that though. I'm chapter 3 or 4. I don't know.
You're past me. So we're reading The Disappearances of Draco Malfoy by at Speechwriter. It is over 900 pages.
It goes down easy though.
It does, but every chapter it tells me that is 40 minutes. And again, to my
Uh-huh.
short window points, I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
can't do this right now. So I'll
But that's how actual Harry Potter was though.
yes, it was. Yes, and I also want to say because me and Hilary were talking about this a little bit. So this book is about this not book, sorry, fanfic is about Draco Malfoy if he had put the wand down and accepted Dumbledore's offer to go into hiding. And he is just insufferable. I told Joshua that I absorb feelings. I don't always absorb feelings at this level, but yes, it is like the week before my period. And when I'm the week before, it is tumultuous times for us all. And I absorb feelings in books during that window a lot
But
more.
especially though, because I mean, Draco's in all the books and he's annoying in all the books to me, but he's not in, like, he's not the main.
We're not in his head.
Yes, it's not his point of view. And in this one, he is, and man, he is
He is what you would
rough,
expect. Just disaster.
but worse. Because before you could be like, well, I'm assuming like whatever,
Yeah.
like nice things about him, and then
Yeah.
you're like, no, don't
All
assume
bad.
anything
All
good.
bad. But appreciate it though because we're coming off of book 6 where he has from 1 through 6 like it's just been leading up to a lot of bad choices. And so, yeah, he's in a horrible mental state. And I do appreciate that the author did start him there because it's 900 pages. Like, it has to have time for him to grow. He can't just be page
Mm-hmm.
5 and have this, epiphany that his entire life, 17 years, that,
Yeah.
like have a complete change of heart and mind. So I get it.
Well, but the other one, Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal, um, that one was a little different because he did kind of have like he already had
He
his,
did, yes,
and
100%.
it deviates. Where does it deviate again? Order of the Phoenix.
I mean, she kept no. I feel like she finished. Like
Okay,
I felt
so
like it
it's just a
was
continuation of the book.
continuation of the book. However, I do know that she took some creative differences of like interpretation of some characters who lived and died. But
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, so Manacled continues from Order of the Phoenix. So after Sirius, that stuff,
Mhm.
it continues on from there. Oh, look, I just woke up my phone. I'm
That's
like, not
funny.
you, I said Sirius. Uh, it's funny. Okay, anyway, so I'm enjoying it. It's nice kind of be to be back in that world, and I'm a
Yeah.
nerd, and Taylor has not asked what I'm reading, but I knew if I told him, he'd be like, "Oh my God, like you were such a nerd, big time nerd." Um, but yeah, and I'm listening to other stuff too. And I started a kid book. It's for middle grade, I guess. Um, I want to say it's like probably like 8 to 12 years old. That's like the target. It's Life on the Moon, or I think
Oh
that's what it's called.
yeah.
And I've only read the first chapter. It's definitely for kids. It's for kids, but
Mhm.
it's cute so far, and it's about like a moon colony
Mm.
with the kids, and I think he's like 12, his point of view, and then his dad goes on a mission and he hasn't come back, and so he's like, I'm gonna go find my dad. That's kind of what it's about.
That's cute.
And but it has graphics, like a lot of it's not a graphic novel at all, it's a novel, but it has a lot of pictures, so
I
it's like
like
the
that.
illustrated version of like Harry Potter. It is
Mhm.
black and white, but a lot of pictures. It's really fun. It looks like a fun, I might be able to get Noelle to read it. um so anyway, it's cute, but I'm still undecided if sci-fi is for me. And we'll
Yeah.
talk more about that next week. I don't know. I'm unsure. I don't like to write off genres in general,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's hard. I think it's hard for me to picture a lot of this stuff. So I guess the graphics are nice for me
Yeah.
because I'm like, what are we talking about? And I'm like, here's a picture. So I guess I'm just like a child. Anyway, so let's talk about our Kindle. So this kind of idea for me, we'll see if it even works out at all, stemmed from Hannah came over to my house. This was a few months ago, and we had our Kindle side by side. And it's funny because her font was like massive, and then mine was just, I feel like normal size, but comparatively, it would look like, night and day. And I think she was like, "Oh my gosh, what size is your font?" And I had a 4, and hers was at an 8. So I will say the last time she came over, it was down in size. So,
Were you looking?
well, I saw it wasn't as big anymore
I
because before I was like, whew, it was large to me.
Yeah. So
Okay,
what? You
so,
want me to see what it is right now?
well, I mean, I have a lot of questions about it. So let's, like, let's get it. But I told Hannah, I
Okay.
texted her, bring your Kindle. Okay,
I'm
so first, you read on a Kindle, right?
yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you do you read in do you read in paper books at all anymore?
Sometimes, very rarely do I only read on a paper book. So if I have a paper book and I have the audio that I follow along, or I have the ebook for when I'm reading at night. So, but it's rare that I only read a book on paperback.
Okay, so you read on a Kindle. What kind of Kindle do you have?
I have a Paperwhite.
Do you have it's like the 2021 or 2022 or whatever version?
What do you have?
That one, whatever, I think 2021 or 2022.
It says that I have 11th generation.
Yeah, I think that's the same one. Okay. Yeah, that's what I have too. Okay. And then, so tell me about your case. I have one of those cases. I mean, I'm trying to describe it if you can't see it. It's a magnetic closure, like the front, it closes like that. But also, mine has a kickstand on it where it can
Oh.
like prop up like this. You can see it, but no one else can. And then it has a hand strap. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
honest, I've used the kickstand so much that the ribbon part here is kind of loose. And
Oh.
so it kind of leans not up as much anymore. It's kind of
Mm.
like back. So anyway, but I don't use the hand strap that much. I think because I feel like it's meant for people with right-handed people, and I'm left-handed.
Because you wouldn't be able to flip the page if you're holding it with your left hand.
Yes. And so it's annoying to me because I usually hold the Kindle with my left hand. And
Mm.
so I guess that's why that makes sense because I'm always like, this, I don't like this. And
Yeah.
it's meant to hold it in your right hand. Yes. And your thumb can tap it, but I'm left-handed and I don't know. It's kind of more awkward for me.
My case is from Forever Booked, and it is the Christmas Home Alone version. It does not have a kickstand, it just has a strap in the middle. And I don't know that I use it really all that much. I use it sometimes at night, but most of the time I would say I don't use the strap. I just hold it because there's no kickstand, but I do it like I TP. This is this is not useful for anybody listening, but like I do it like this if I'm in bed since there's no
She holds it
kickstands.
at an angle.
Yeah, so it's like a tent shape and it can prop up that way.
So okay, so that was what I was going to ask too. So in bed, you read it laying
Yeah.
down on your side and it's
Yeah.
propped up so it's parallel to your face.
Yeah, I'll either prop it up on the blankets, like I'll pull the blankets and make a mountain of blankets right there to lean it on. That's what I do. And then I fall asleep. And then I'll wake up like an hour later and I see it and I'm like, because sometimes I would wake up and it's on the ground. So it's a
Hmm.
bad thing, guys.
Do you, what was I going to ask you? Okay, so I guess that'll go into that. So when you read in bed, do you have it on dark mode, right?
No.
You don't? You have it on
No.
bright?
Yeah, but I only have it like on a one
Oh
or a
my
two,
gosh.
a one or a two brightness, so it's not that bright.
Do you ever put it on dark mode?
Sometimes, but I feel like it's harder for me to read. If it's on dark mode, I feel like I got to turn up the brightness a little more, and I'd rather have less brightness. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean,
I'm like, I think Hannah needs
I
glasses.
do. I have glasses. I have prescribed glasses. Do I wear them? No. Certainly not when I'm laying in bed.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's true. Okay, okay. So, how bright do you usually have it, like in the day? Like right now. That's what I mean. That's why I said bring it.
It's at a 2.
You read it at a 2 in the day?
Here's the thing. I don't want to keep adjusting it, so it always sits at a 2.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I move mine all day. Like it changes based on
What?
the day and stuff. Okay, so usually my brightness is like at a 8 to 10
Why?
in the daytime.
I thought you were judging me saying that your brightness is at a 0. You
No,
have your brightness at an 8. How often do you have to charge that thing?
that was another question for you. Because apparently I'm like, what are we?
An 8? What
We're
about
all
at
just doing
night?
our. Okay, so at night I go to dark mode,
Okay.
and then I start out the evening at like a 4. And then as I get more tired, my eyes, like the brightness bothers my eyes.
The tables have turned.
Yeah,
So you go down.
yeah. As I get
Okay.
more tired, the brightness like bothers me. So I go down to a
That's why
3
you fall asleep.
and then I go down to a 2, and usually that's when I fall asleep. But it's 2 in a dark mode. See, I'm showing you. Like it's
Yeah, it's
black.
dark. 2 in the dark mode is really dark.
Do you adjust your warmth?
No, that's at a 1. And I don't know why, but it's at a 1.
I have mine at a 10.
What? I need to go do this just to see what it looks like. 10?
Well, someone was like, that's the only reason I use Paperwhite is because of the warmth. And I'm like, should I be adjusting the warmth? So I did it.
I don't see anything different.
It's warmer. And so it's not as harsh on your eyes.
Oh my gosh, this 8 level is so bright. I would probably be able to focus more if I did that all the time. No, we're at a 2. And my font is at a 4.
Okay. That's what mine is at always. I don't ever change that.
I do change mine though, but it's at a 4 right now.
You change it at night because it's so dark. Well,
It
but then you don't
depends.
put.
It depends. I've told Hilary this, I think, at some point, that I do put it up. I put my font bigger if it's at night. Yeah, I know. If I'm tired or something, like, or if I'm having a hard time focusing and getting into a book, sometimes I do pick up the font because I feel like, okay, I'm more engaged and I'm flipping the pages and that. But
Sorry.
why are you all of a sudden in the dark?
I'm looking at the 2 brightness on in
Oh
how you have it, not in the dark mode. I can
yeah.
barely see that. I
Oh
feel like
my.
I feel like the dark mode, it's easier to see. I don't know.
Maybe I've acclimated because
Me, for you guys not watching, I turned it off, my light off, so I could see how Hannah looks at it.
I feel better about my choices now.
Okay, okay. So that was my question then. How often do you charge your Kindle? Now, keep in mind, you read a lot more than me.
Probably once a week, if that.
Yeah, I feel like that's about normal. Like I feel like I charge mine every couple weeks.
Yeah. And I also, do you wait until it's dead? Because I don't.
No.
I charge it when it's like 30.
Yeah, once it's like 20, 30, I'm like, oh, I want to charge it. But it takes a while for it to get to that point to me.
Yeah, it does.
But I have noticed because I think I got mine right when this model came out. So mine is like 5 years old, I think. Um,
Mm.
I have noticed it holds a charge less than when I first bought it. Not
Mm-hmm.
enough to replace it yet, but it's definitely because before I used to not have to charge it like ever, hardly ever. However, I did used to read more paper books.
Mm.
I don't know what happened. I used to read a lot of paper books.
You had kids, probably.
I mean, I had Noelle, but
Mm.
I think Taylor worked different shifts. So like I want to say like that's when he would get home like at midnight or something. And so I could read with like the lamp
Yeah.
on, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't bothering anybody, me reading in bed or anywhere. And so now if he's home, I'll turn off the lamp. And he's like, I need to get up at 3 in the morning. I like,
Yeah.
in courtesy, I'll turn off the lamp.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
But then I want to still read. So
Oh
that's
my
why.
gosh.
Okay. So on your format, like on the bottom corner, the page number, location, time and chapter, time and book, like what do you have?
I keep time left in chapter, and if a book doesn't have that, which there was a book I downloaded and I noticed it didn't have that. It just has time left in book, and
That's rough. Was it an art?
uh, no, but a lot of arcs do come that way, and that it annoys me. But yeah, I like to know the time to the chapter. However, when I'm close to the end of a book, like if we're talking less than 2 hours, I do switch it to time left in book sometimes. But
I do that too, but mainly I only do that if I get to like the last chapter.
yeah, I wait till later. But
You know what was interesting is in the last book I read, the difference in audio and my Kindle was huge. Like I was reading for a long time and my Kindle book said you're 25% in, for
yeah,
example. And then I got to the audio and it said you're 46% in. And I was like, what the heck?
yeah, what
And it's
is that?
because this Kindle, had like chapters from the next book. It had a
Oh.
long interview with the author. It had enough that it was
Mm-hmm.
added like quite a bit. Okay, here's another question. Whenever you're reading at night, do you fall asleep reading or are you like, okay, I'm done. Let me turn this off?
Most of the time I fall asleep, but I mean, like, I will feel myself dozing off. I'll keep opening my eyes and I'm like, okay, didn't realize I was falling asleep because for a long time I would wake up and my Kindle would be on the floor. That's not good. Like that concerned me because I cannot have this break. So then I feel like after that happened several times, I am much more aware of it and if I start dozing off, I put it away. And then that's, I put it under my pillow, which is probably very dumb, but that's where it
I do
goes.
that sometimes.
It's not plugged in.
It feels safer there. So my question, next question, where do you stop reading? When you're reading a book, where do you stop? Do you stop, like you said, you feel yourself dozing off at that point, done? Or are you like, no, let me finish this chapter or let me finish this paragraph? Or because apparently I didn't know this was an issue, but I heard someone else talking about it that they're like, they're insistent they had to get to a certain, like the end of the chapter or whatever.
No. What is that phrase? The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. That's me. So I will see it and I'll see how much time is left in a chapter. If it's like 2 minutes, then I'm like, okay, I can do it. But most of the time, I don't last. And I just, wherever I'm at, I turn it off.
Okay, so what if you're just like fully awake though? Like you're just sitting reading
Uh,
and you know, like I have to go do something.
no.
I'm saying like assuming no one's screaming and like it's not an emergency or whatever, but
No, I just stop wherever.
I do too. I don't feel like I have to get to any point at
I'm like,
all.
I don't got time for that.
It's like I could be in the middle of the page. I don't care. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
I remember where I was. A lot of times, even in a paper book, I'll remember.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of people that say they will go to the chapter though, but no, I don't
Yeah, I've
know.
heard a lot of people, they're like, you cannot stop. You cannot. I'm like, yes, you can.
It's
Like,
not
just
even
shut the
like
book.
chapters end conclusively anyway. So,
Okay, this is not what is on my list, but as a question, do you ever read and then fall asleep while you're reading, but then your dream is you reading and you're just making things up?
yes, all the time.
I don't like it.
It stresses me out because I'm like, and then they were doing this, and I'm like, wait, what? How did we get here? Like, it'll be crazy, crazy situations. And then it's even worse whenever I have that weird moment where I'm like, did that happen for real or did I make it up? It is absolute. I don't like that at all. Which is why I don't read scary books at night because of that. Whatever I'm consuming, it like continues in my weird dream state. And I no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what happened to me a couple nights ago. Like with this book with Draco, I fell asleep at some point, but then in my brain, it's like I'm still like, and then Draco went down this, and then this happened, and then he said this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting stressed out. And then I'm like, wait, no, you're asleep. No, this isn't. This isn't the actual. Is this the actual book? No, no.
Do you get like that with puzzles?
Like you dream, you're continuing on.
Yes.
Mm, I don't do them enough.
It's only if I'm like obsessively doing puzzles or like Sudoku or word search, I will continue dreaming that I'm doing that. That's when you know too much. I don't know.
It's not all the time, but that's whenever I was like, I think I need a different book to be in bed because
Yeah.
that doesn't happen with like my cozy mysteries. I'm not like, and then this happened, and then this. No, like I'm just done.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's funny because I did sleep quite a while. This happened a couple nights ago. I slept a good chunk of time, like straight through, but I didn't feel as rested. And so I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know what happened in that. Like, I don't know what state that is because it's like, I knew at some point I knew I was dreaming, but
Yeah.
it's not like I woke up.
Yeah, it is very trippy. It's mind-boggling though because I've asked Josh about this. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm crazy." So, it's interesting. I'm happy to know that it is not just me.
I need to know if other people, if you guys do that or not. Probably not. They're like, no. Okay, let's see. What else did I have? I only have a few more. For reading, so these are just random book facts. Where do you read? Like, I know everywhere, I guess, but like, where do you like to read?
My bed.
See, that's crazy to me. I only do that if I'm going to sleep.
No, but I don't love my couch. I don't think my couch is very
Oh,
cozy.
that's right. Yes.
So if I had a very cozy couch or a chair or something, then I would maybe like to be there. But yeah, my bed is the coziest place. Where do you like to read?
In the living room on the couch,
Mm,
usually.
most
Yeah.
people, I think, probably do.
But I don't know. I think a lot of people say bed.
Hmm.
I just don't hang out in my bed very often unless I'm going to bed. But lately I have been because Noelle will be doing all sorts of antics in the living room this
Yeah.
summer. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I could stay in here because she's behaving, but she's been making like forts in the living room. But I'm like, I could stay here and not rest, or I'm going to go to my room and rest.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, hey, I'm going to my room. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And she'll usually leave me alone for the most part. But then I fall asleep. Sometimes I fall asleep. So I don't
That
know.
yeah, that is the risk.
Yeah. Okay. So you read in bed. I like to read on my couch if I have the choice. I'll be honest, I have an open floor plan in my house. We can't have like a tableside lamp or anything. And I know we have a Kindle and you could read in the dark and sit there, but I would prefer to have like a lamp. That's why I like Christmas, is because like the Christmas tree adds like the perfect
Mm-hmm.
ambiance, like for me. But
Yeah,
I don't
when we
know.
have Christmas tree up, I'm in the living room. Like I don't care cozy couch or not. That's where I want to be. So that does change in the
Yeah, the lighting is like perfect to me.
yeah.
If I could read in the living room with the Christmas tree all the time. I almost wanted to leave the Christmas tree up and without ornaments. I was like, we'll just leave it with the light. And Taylor's like, that is so ridiculous. Like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would support it, but I understand.
Okay. And so then what time do you read?
I mean, anytime someone is asleep. So,
Do you wake up really early to read?
yeah, like I wake up at 5 a.m.
And then you make coffee and then read?
No, I just get up, get ready for the day. Well, I read my Bible and I read whatever fiction book I'm reading. Everybody wakes up at 7, which once school starts, that will change, but it gives me 2 hours to literally do whatever I want. So, like getting ready, reading my Bible, reading my book, and I don't have coffee until Josh gets up. Like, I drink coffee like at 7, but honestly, like I texted you a picture today at 3 or 4 o'clock. I was drinking coffee from the morning, which is a regular occurrence for me because I work out and do all these other things and I don't drink it right
You
away.
reminded me that I think my coffee, not from the morning, I made a cup in the afternoon. I think it's still in the microwave right now.
Yeah, see?
I forgot about it.
That's where mine was for like 6 hours
Yeah,
today.
I forgot about it. But I'm surprised you don't get like a super bad headache if you know, but
No, I drink it so slow. Maybe my body's used to it at this point. Do you read in the morning or do you just read
no.
night?
Mm-mm. Yeah, mainly I get up and work out usually
Mm.
immediately, like first thing is workout. And then if I have to feed the baby, I do. But if not, it just depends. She's getting better at sleeping. So if not, then I get up, work out, and then I feed her, which is what I did today. For the most part, I got almost through it. Not not quite, but we're trying. Usually I work out and then, deal with everyone else. And
Yeah.
then get out the when I get out the door. Now it's still getting everyone ready for the
Yeah.
whole day, but yeah, I don't usually get a chance to read until like midday at some point when I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me read, and then not again until everyone goes to bed. So I don't get a lot of time right now, honestly, to sit and read. But that's why I said I think maybe I need some audio because one of the naps I do spend like cleaning the house,
Mhm.
and I think maybe that would be a good time to get it
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just like random. So I don't know. I hope you guys felt like you just were sitting having a chat with some friends because I want to know what you guys think. I want to know, like, was anything that we said super weird or you thought, like, no, I do something totally different? I'm curious because I don't think you think about it until people talk about it. And then you're like, wait, why am I weird? I don't know. Or
Yeah.
maybe we all just do things, the same or whatever.
Yeah, tell us if you have weird book continuation dreams.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what are you looking forward to reading soon?
So Renee sent me a book. She has not read it, so she just saw it and was like, "Oh, this sounds like something you might like." It's called A Spot of Tea and Sorcery by Sylvia Mercedes. It is a cozy fantasy. I laugh because
Oh
it's
no.
not for
Yeah.
you. Cozy fantasy, there's I think 6 or 7 parts. I think they're short. They're like volumes. And from what I understand, it is Draco and Hermione inspired, like loosely inspired. It's not a fanfic or anything like that.
That's how what book is like that? There are books that are like Kylo Ren
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rey inspired.
You would never know, you know?
No,
So
you
I
wouldn't.
don't know. I think that this one is going to be so unlike it that it's not going to be confusing with the one we're reading. Again, my attention span right now is not great. So I was like specifically looking for something that's shorter that could just maybe be like something fun for me because I've DNF'd a lot in the past week and I just need something that's nice. What about you?
Okay, this is kind of a cheat, but because I've already started, I listened to a tiny bit of it while we were mowing. It's called Missing by E.A. Jackson. This is a thriller. No, I don't know if I'll call it a thriller. It's more of a mystery, like a police procedural.
Oh,
You wouldn't like it, I don't think, but I'll let you know how it ends. It's about like a child who goes missing
oh no.
from their hotel window.
Mm-mm.
However, hang on, hang on. We immediately find out the child is returned and unharmed. We find that out the first chapter, and she's talking about in the past because she's like, "Oh, this is the case I worked 20 years ago. 20 years ago when the child was returned to her family." So she's talking about the case. So but because of that premise, I know just about everyone listening to this will be out. But I found out the child was okay, so I that's why I gave it a try.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to this on audio and we'll see. We'll see if I was misled or not, but it's been interesting so far.
Okay. Sounds
Yep.
fun. Sounds good.
Okay. So you can follow me at Hilary Reads,
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
and our podcast is at Don't You Two Read Podcast, all on Instagram. Thank you guys for following us and interacting. It's been a lot of fun and everyone's been super engaging and it's been exciting. So next week we will be talking about reading books that the other person hated. So it's going to be spicy.
I'm ready. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.